Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review. And today we're taking a look at from Transformers. This is Holiday Optimus Prime. Now, I'm not sure. This is a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, although it's being sold by a few partners. And if you're looking to figure out what line this falls under, I would say it's a generic Generations toy. I wouldn't say it's Authentics because it's a little bit higher quality and more involved than a basic Authentics figure, but it is also doesn't have on the packaging or even on the instructions the legacy or any type of branding like that, and the box artwork uses the evergreen designs that you often find on generic Transformers packaging. Um, Now, what's kind of cool here is we have a new cab for the most part. We'll get into that in a little bit. Packaged with the Earthrise trailer. Now, right off the bat, let me say that at $55, this is a premium price point figure. It's more than the traditional Earthrise Optimus Prime. Um, might have to do with the licensing for the Volvo truck, but the way this is packaged, it's actually much smaller and compact than a traditional leader class figure. To be honest, when I first got it in hand, I was a little concerned that I was missing part of the figure, but the way they were able to put it in the box, there's that. So when you first look at it, you might be thinking that $55 isn't well represented. And I'll be honest with you, when you look at how that's just the Earthrise trailer with none of those extras from the battle pack we got with the Centurion drone, including Roller, I can kind of see it. And it would have been nice to have at least Roller included, and maybe like a green to match the windows of Optimus Prime, because the trailer is very boring. But cab does roll. I mean, everything works fine. Now, with this being a new truck, they did have to come in underneath and add on an adapter piece to allow the trailer to peg in. I don't know if that's removable. Didn't want to fool around with it, but you do have the legs to have the trailer stand. Also, they show you storing the ion blaster underneath here, and it is candy cane colored. It actually matches the ion blaster from the Super 7 Holiday Optimus Prime that came out last year. So that's kind of cool. Um, and it does fold up. Now, on the Earthrise Optimus Prime, there was a way to attach the blaster to the cab. That's no longer there. You can peg it into the hitch, and that's actually how you would store it in robot mode. But I have to tell you, I don't know if it's an issue with my hitch or something else, but it does not really peg in. And we'll see that more in robot mode, that it just doesn't hold in. And the flat peg here, it's very loose as well. So, oh, and that's the hitch there. It's part of the transformation. But moving the cab and blaster off to the side, you of course can open the trailer, and as you can see, one of the main complaints is the stark white trailer. It's the Earthrise trailer, so you have those ports to plug weapons and such in. You do have this removable piece here that can act as a shield for Optimus Prime. You do have the link, the ability to connect it with those the airlock cable connectors, and there's the repair drone that, of course, can be removed as well from the post back here, and I think it should be. Oh my! Oh, there we go. There we go. So this can, of course, peg into the back of Optimus Prime or any other figure. You can do the different, trailer things that you would do with, the trailer. But yeah, very boring. Would have been nice to have a couple splashes of color with the red and green. But yeah, so what we'll do now is we'll pause and we'll come back and we'll get into the transformation of Optimus Prime. I'll be very honest, when I first saw the instructions and saw this figure, I thought, wow, this is going to be a complicated transformation. But once you do it a couple times, it's actually not that bad. Starting off, you want to come in the back here, rotate the smokestack out to the side, and then come in and bring down this back panel here, which will do the chest of the robot mode. You might, as you just saw, you might have to move the smokestack out of the way to get your thumbnail in. Just bring it down flat like that. That'll loosen up. That'll give us the ability to move the cab around. Now, of course, as many of you have probably heard, this does bear a very strong resemblance to the Hero Optimus Prime figure from Generation 2. So there is that. So now the next thing you want to do is fold out these panels here on the side. And then what we're going to do is rotate them up. They will peg into the forearms of the figure. And I will be honest, out of all, this is predominantly an entirely new Optimus Prime. I think those forearms are reused. I could be mistaken. You want to bend them slightly at the elbows. That'll give you the clearance to rotate them down and peg them into place here at the rear section. So there's that. So now what we can do is come into the front here, and this is my one issue that I have. When I first got the figure, there was this gap here in the front was horribly split, and I actually was considering returning the figure to Hasbro because I felt that it was a major quality control issue that it didn't peg together as flush. Having transformed it a few times, it's one of those issues where if something's not perfectly turned, it doesn't peg in as nicely, and I think it has to do with the fact that this is all painted and just like a tolerance issue and stuff. So your mileage may vary, but anyway, go ahead and separate the cab, and then what you want to do is flip out these black panels just like so, and that will then give you the ability to flip up the grill before you flip the cabs down, and you want to rotate them outward just like that. You just want to get them up and out of the way just like so, and then flip the panels down. So, and what you want is right there where my finger is, there's a little groove that the edge of that peg is going to fit into to basically have the knee bent properly. There is going to be a little awkwardness with the joints, but we'll get to that in a moment. Alright, so let's turn around this way, and what we'll do now is bring out the feet. So press up on what would be the seats in the cab and bring it around, and that will allow you to flip them up just like so. That's the toe, heel, very nice. Do it again on this side, toe, and there is a little tab to help you grab the heel. Now the next step, this gets kind of cool. This is actually kind of cool. Make sure you get the foot out of the way. You're going to rotate the that side panel back around, and that'll come in and close up the gap there. Then what you want to do is fold that panel forward, and it will collapse upward and will kind of snap into place and sit just like so. So it's kind of closing up the gap. Next, what you want to do is you want to bring this panel back around, but you also want to angle the grill part ever so slightly forward, that it will, there's a ridge on this black panel that it sits in. So you want to make sure that that hooks in, and that will secure the leg just like that. We'll do it again on this side. Again, bring it around. And if you have a problem rotating these side panels around, Play with the foot a little. That just might have to angle it down slightly just to give it the room. Bring that panel down, and then accordion it back and up. It'll snap into place. Rotate this panel around. Careful. Rotate it around. Just like so. Bend the knee just to give you a little extra space there. And of course you can spread the legs out to make sure you get that clearance. But there you can see how it'll fit into the groove. And then you have the legs done, but we're not quite done with the transformation yet. What you now want to do is bend the figure down at the waist, just like so, and then bring the legs back up. Spread them a little just so you have enough room to come in and flip up the cod piece. And there you go. And there you have the lower half of Optimus Prime done. And, you know, as you can start to see, the legs will sit a little, I don't want to say off-center, but there is a little bit going on there in terms of how the knees bend. I shouldn't say the legs, but the knees. But it is a very stable figure. Bring this panel down. This will allow you to fold down what were the mud flaps. And then when you fold it back up, it'll peg into those mud flaps, securing them into place. Next, close up those white panel. That'll form the fake grill on its ab. And then rotate the arms down. Like I said, I kind of think that the forearms might be reused, but then again, those pegs kind of tell me they might not be. Now, to reveal the head and to finish the transformation, this is kind of cool. Push down on the trailer hitch there. That will open up that panel. We're able to fold this back panel down, close it up. As you bring it down, you're going to want to rotate up just like so, and this will all peg into place on the back. And there are pegs here that will go into slots there. That'll peg in. And then this final rear section, just fold it down and tuck it underneath. And there you have the back done. We rotate it around. Bring the head forward. That's a new head mold. For the fists, open the forearms. This is obviously very similar to the Earthrise version, where you have the hands slide out, flip out just like this. They are on ball joints, so you do have a little bit of expression there. And there we go. We have Holiday Optimus Prime in its robot mode. And I have to say, I am very impressed by the general color motif. It's basically made to look like Prime is wearing a Santa suit. You have the white here to be the cuffs of the leather gloves, the black leather gloves. The red is obviously the red suit. The white here being the fur or the faux fur going down the front. The yellow on the cod piece, that's the gold buckle. Coming down, the black here is obviously meant to be like the long boots, with the white and the silver being the cuffs, the fur cuffs, the little buckles. Depending on the design, they could have the buckles or sleigh bells there. And then one thing that's really cool is this does have a matrix, and we're going to pop the chest open. It does open like, I'm pretty sure it opens like Earthrise. No, actually it doesn't, because Earthrise opens to the side. But let me go ahead and pop it out for you, and I'll show you the cool part. Is the matrix is designed to look like a holiday wreath. It's got the green in the center, the red design, the red paint around like the balls. That's really cool. It's not really unpainted in the back, but it does capture the light. That's really cool. And I actually never noticed that until I got this in hand, that they went ahead and put that level of effort in. So you just put that back in, close it up. Again, I should to just point out and make you aware, Clear plastic, clear plastic. Um, the cab is not all clear plastic. They did use for the windows, the paneling and stuff, but it's not like it's all just painted clear plastic. That's way too sturdy to be that. Although now I'm seeing on the wheels here, that's clear plastic, but no, no, that's just that's a separate piece. That's a separate piece. I guess they wanted to make sure that we had um, the coloring down, but very articulated. Rotate, swivel, and there is like, oh no, okay, I thought it was this one here. Oh, this leg doesn't want to turn in more than that, and I don't want to force it. But universal joint at the shoulder, 90-degree bend at the elbow, ball jointed hips. I'm sorry, ball jointed wrists. You have universal joints at the hips. You have the ankle pivot. So you do. This is a very articulated and ball jointed head, of course. Of course, the expressions of the ball jointed head is limited due to it being Optimus Prime, but there is light piping as well. Um, Now it can hold the ion blaster, although I did notice when I first after the first time I did it, there was a little scuffing. I don't know if this is black painted white and red, painted white with the red striping, or this was molded white with the red striping, and the black is coming from the hand. But it does slide in. Just get it in there, and there you have your Optimus Prime, ready to bring holidays to happy holidays to children around the world. Christmas is the right of all sentient beings. I crack myself up. But yeah, it's a fun. It really is a fun figure to transform. That leg transformation really cleans up nicely. That's one thing I'm impressed about. That it closes up most of the gaps. And then when you look at it, and as someone who has donned the red and white suit on occasion, to see that it represents how closely it mimics and represents a Santa suit. I mean, the only thing I wish they would have included is maybe a little Santa hat and beard, because I know there was that classic British Transformers comic that they did that. That back in the day they really made a point of doing the Christmas comics, and you had Optimus dress up as Santa. I mean, they did it with this little guy, so that would have been kind of cool. But I understand why they kind of didn't. This mold, I've already heard rumors. This was maybe supposed to be the Amazon Optimus Prime truck. So there's that. It's the same mold. I'm hearing that it might show up later on in Legacy Evolution, maybe as late as 2024, as the Hero Optimus Prime. Although, to be honest, if you look at that Hero Optimus Prime mold, there is no trailer. The trailer is integrated. It's a missile truck, and that this here is the front of the legs. So I think there would have to be a little bit of work done to get it set up. Um, Other than that, I'm just trying to think. I did have, going back to vehicle mode, a little trouble popping out the chest there. I did chip a nail again, so you might need to use a spudger. Obviously, um, I don't know if like this might be a little too much for younger kids. They might need some adult help. But then again, this is designed for man children 30 and up who grew up with Optimus Prime and have dreamed of a Hess transforming truck. Or is that just me? Well, we'll pause and we'll come back with my final thoughts. I had to kill the lights because I'm, of course, using my light up Christmas tree here. I had to bring the Super 7 Santa Prime in, and this is really just a fun figure. And as you can see, it doesn't take much to make a nice little holiday display out of it. Um, don't forget that those claws there can hold stuff. So you might get like a little sign or something. And I mean, I know I've already heard that a lot of people are looking to make this a centerpiece of their display. And I think that's really cool, just to be able to do that um, for the holidays, because I think it's kind of fun. And I mean, Christmas, Hanukkah, other holidays, I know for people my age growing up, Optimus Prime and other Transformers really were a big part of it. Now, as I said, the figure is a lot of fun. Do be aware of the use of clear plastic. But like I said, I didn't see it in a lot of load bearing joints or hinges. The big thing here is the chest, but if you're careful with it, it should be fine. Um, yeah, the price is a little steep, and as a lot of people have already said, um, they're expecting this to go on big clearance or discount after the holidays. So if you want to wait the couple months and see what you can do to have it for next year, that'll be fine. Definitely, I think it's, however this mold gets re-released, you should experience it because it's a very fun and different prime transformation that we've gotten in the last few years. Let's not forget, starting with Siege, we basically got the same Optimus Prime figure, just tweaked here and there. From the waist down, it was the same Optimus Prime figure, and then from the waist up, that's what made it different. But they all really felt the same. This really feels new, even if those are the same forearms. This feels new to have where it's like the cab forms the legs and the torso and arms and head are really come out of the trailer hitch. That to me is new, and that's really fun. So definitely at some point, whether you wait for a sale or not, pick the figure up. I got it from Hasbro Pulse. I know Big Bad was offering it. Deep Discount was offering it. All have their initial orders. They've all shipped them to be delivered, and were delivered now, so you would have them before Christmas. If you try to order one now, I don't know if you would get it before Christmas. I don't know what the stock situation is, but give it a shot. I mean, paying for the extra shipping, I know it gets a little iffy, but yeah. So definitely, and if I can just say, obviously there's going to be a few more videos before we get to Christmas, but instead of saying Merry Christmas, let me say it in the language of my people, Buon Natale. And, it's actually kind of interesting. I just caught this. Red, white, and green, that's the colors of the Italian flag. So, Buon Natale. Optimus Prime is a nice Italian boy. Oh God, I'm gonna get so in trouble. But yeah, this is fun. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe. Helps with the views, helps with the algorithm of YouTube. I have a Patreon, www.patreon.com/ChuckDog1999. No thrills, no tears, no special rewards. All you're doing is helping me help me to help you bring figures like this to you, as well as keeping up the infrastructure of the channel. But as I always say, if you can't afford the $1 a month, $12 a year, your views are more than thanks enough. I know it is the holiday season, and in that regard, there's a lot of other expenses, and I know times are tough now due to a recession, inflation. So you worry about you first, and then think about me like 10th. But again, thank you so much for watching. This is your old pal Chuck for Holiday Optimus Prime. We will see you next time.